This current season is showing you your soul's path. This was a big one that came out. Hello, welcome back or welcome to Soul Whispers with Michelle. I'm so happy to have you here with me. This is a soul-led message, so if it doesn't resonate deep within or if you're fighting with this in any sort of way, please leave it behind for the soul that it's meant to find. May love hold you, may truth guide you, and may you be released from whatever is not yours, and so it is, my friends. All right, I want to jump right into the message. Well, but before we do, if that was enough for you and the confirmation you need, awesome. I'm happy to serve. Please hit the like button on your way out. And if you want to dive a little bit more into what this is all kind of talking about, follow along. I'm so happy to explore this current soul's path or journey or moment in your soul's path, I should say. Okay. So it's interesting because when this card came out, originally I was like, oof, this is somebody who is really, I feel like you're really in this part, that you're really in this season of your soul's journey meant to gain all the knowledge of the soul. I really feel like this. Like this feels to me like you're meant to get all of the secrets, which I think is really pretty awesome. Also very... In order to get to this phase, in order for you to learn this, it's not all rainbows and butterflies. Typically, the reason we've gotten so far away from this soul and this energy is because we're so influenced and manipulated by outside energy. So I do find it very, very, like, it's difficult to get to this. But nonetheless, so it tells me that this person has been through a lot, burning out desires, realizing your shadows, you know, the hypocrisy is within yourself, those things where like you get mad at other people for doing it and now you're realizing, oh my gosh, I do the same thing. An example of that, like this happens a lot with me, because once you really start understanding, and this is this would be for someone who is in the season, okay? For me, it's like once you start understanding and hear your soul's whisper, you will not be able to unhear it. Once you hear it, you cannot unhear it. And so I really feel like your soul has come online. And when that happens, there's so much other stuff that has to be burned out. And when I was going through this, it's just so funny because there is this phase where you get into where you're like, oh, I'm so much more healed than everybody else. And I did that. Like, it's like, I'm a little ashamed to say that, but nonetheless, it is the truth. And I think that we kind of all go through this, because what would happen then is those parts of me where I was like, oh, these people are unhealed, I would see a reflection of myself in them. And if I didn't hear my soul whisper say, oh, but Michelle, you do this here or there or there, then I would experience myself doing the same thing. In other words, it's like my soul brought me there to teach me the lesson of, really, Michelle? And to like burn out this whole, like, I'm more healed than everybody else. And so I feel like, again, this seems very potent and specific message. And I think we're starting with this to kind of let the people fall off who do not connect with this, because this seems extremely powerful for somebody here, or a collective here. So you're currently in the season of the Lover. Expansion. I like with their wings and the way that this energy is vibrating out, I really feel like it's you spreading your wings. It's also reminding me of like that ugly duckling. So what, like, again, coming back to this, it's like those parts of you that were not you. And I only say they're ugly in the sense because they weren't you. They're beautiful on somebody else because that may be more aligned with their authenticity and their soul's energy blueprint. But that's not you. And so you're in this season where you're really, really, really flourishing. I feel like you're in the season with the Lovers where you're really getting connected to those things that hold a higher vibrational frequency to you. You're moving away from the fault line. That's interesting. Something is cracked and requires attention and or action. I feel like you're moving away from, like, you see the faults, okay? Because the fault line talks about a foundational shift that has to happen because there are cracks in the foundation. I feel like you're moving away from this because you've already seen it. This is kind of why you're experiencing this lesson, and coming into your soul's purpose. But again, I feel very strongly that this is a time where you're really connecting to your soul's whisper. And for everybody, I think that that is different for them. I know when I say whisper, it can mean like you think it will come through in hearing, but sometimes it's your mind, like that voice that you hear in your head. Like if you're reading a book and you're reading it in your mind, it's that voice that will tell you something. Okay. And for some people, they may be clairvoyant, meaning instead of hearing your soul's whispers, you're seeing it, meaning you get an image. The same way if I told you to imagine a blue car with black interior, you can imagine that in your mind's eye. It's the same way. So some soul whispers may come through in that way. So, but what I'm seeing is you really, really connecting to the way that your soul is speaking to you. Let's see what you're moving towards. We have the siren. The colors in there, it's like you're really connecting, I feel like, powerfully. So the siren is, you always hear a lot like their voice, right? It seduces people, it draws people in. And what I really feel like you're moving towards is finding your truest, authentic voice or expression of yourself. All of this is kind of saying the same thing. I understand that, but it's a little nuanced depending on where it's sitting. So let's see what's important for you to embody right now so that you can connect with this soul whisper a little bit more stronger, to have like a stronger connection is what I'm trying to, the energy I'm going with here. Okay, so we have the empty room. So the characteristic of that empty room is allow the space for that whisper to come in. It's like, I know it's easier said than done, and I think, but again, for the person that resonates with this, or that this is for, the collective this is for, you're going to understand this. Keeping your mind open to the answers, not letting yourself kind of think of this and then think of that and then think of that and then think of that. What I experience with the soul whisper is it doesn't do that. It's not like this long kind of like looping. It's like that. We're like, oh, that makes sense because of this or that or whatever. Now that could be because I do feel like that's like, where I want to say like clear cognizant, like a clear knowing. But I think that's why I'm sensing this for you, is because if you allow yourself to be completely empty and allow that answer to come to you, whatever that answer is, you'll feel it. So either you're going to hear it, you're going to see the image, or you're going to feel it, but you need to allow the empty space in order for that to be, in order for you to be aware of the whisper itself. Okay, if you go with this change, you're going to experience, that's interesting, venom. We have self-realization through suffering. That doesn't sound like fun. However, it's this really speaks to what I was talking about earlier, where I thought I was healed and I was like, oh, you know, I'm so much more healed than other people and blah, 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 whatever. But that wasn't actually the truth. And I had to be able to explore more deeply to figure that out. And so I think this is, and come to my own self-realizations of, no, Michelle, this is something that you also do and that you're going to have to raise the frequency of, right? Because that's what feels right for me. That's what feels like ease and flow within my body, not resistance. So while you may experience that, know that means that you're on the right track when you're experiencing that, because it's allowing you to see yourself more clearly, even though it stings a little bit. And it's really your ego that gets hit, right? Because your soul is like, yes, she's finally on the right track of something. Not finally. Or she's on the right track. You know, she's going to learn this or whatever. All right, let's see if you resist, what are you going to experience? We have the ocean. I feel like you're going to be lost. When we have the ocean, I feel like what's coming here is, if you don't make these changes, if you don't connect with your soul's whisper, if you can't keep your space open to receive it, it's just going to feel very overwhelming. Like the ocean is just so big and there's so much. And I just feel like it's so easy to get lost into it if you don't intentionally create a space to hear that whisper. Like you're going to get lost on your soul's path. Not that you can't find it. I just feel like it's going to take longer. And that's that. All right, let's see. What, I always forget this position. What? Oh, it'd be helpful to, I shouldn't say always. I don't always forget it. It would be helpful to, we have the flame. I'm feeling like it would be helpful for you to connect to that fire and passion within you. I also feel like it would be helpful for you to bring a flame or a light into the darkness to see the parts of you that are, like I said, where I'm like, I don't want to be around unhealed people. It's the way I said it, by the way. What I really do, like a boundary for me, truthfully, is I do have a boundary around the amount of time I am able to spend with people who are not energetically responsible. What I mean by that is that they don't take responsibility for the energy they emit. So if it's like, hey, okay, you're being a little loud or whatever, yes, that other person can be like, well, I'm loud and this is me, and that's fine. But that just means that there's not a coherence and that it's not in alignment for us to be in the same space. Because if I need something to keep me in energetic balance and they need something opposite to keep them in energetic balance, then we're not compatible. And that is okay. This is where I'm like, it's not that they're unhealed or I'm healed. It's that I need this and they need that, and we're just different. But I think it's helpful for you to go into the darkness and similarly kind of find that and be okay with that. But I still have the boundary of like, okay, I can feel myself getting tired, and I need to get out of the space, so I'll excuse myself. Let's see. The mindset that would support you through this season, we have the shadow. We're getting a lot about this. So it's interesting because I guess I just really feel like I know you're going to get to the end path of this, because I really feel like with that card coming out, that this is the experience or lesson that you're learning right now, that this is big for you, like really big. And you're really like, this feels like a dark night of the soul type of thing, where you're listening to your soul. It's really coming online. You're having to dig into the mindset. And what I love about this is where we can find boundaries and commonalities with people, like what I was just talking about. This can be you, this can be somebody else. This might be the shared space where you resonate. So maybe these are the topics of conversation. Maybe this is a time that both these parties can spend in the same space. Whatever the sameness is, it's almost like your mindset is helpful to focus on what creates balance and likeness, and let everything else go. So like if you're mad at them because of something over here, it's like, okay, you can be mad at them for that. Return to the middle ground. And then finally, the energy you're going to experience when you know you're on the right track, we have the Father. I think this is like, you're going to be a lot more sovereign. You're going to be a lot more disciplined, kind of like what I was talking about, where I have a certain limit. It's not like I'm counting down the hours. I'm literally energetically feeling it out. What I think you'll understand though is your body has a certain rhythm to it. And what you may experience is that typically spending time with somebody, you know, like you'll know this is a 2-hour window for this person. And maybe for somebody else, it's a 3-hour window. And again, it's not that you're actually timing it, but you're just going to notice a pattern over time. And so I just feel like you're going to become more disciplined, and you'll see the structure and the pattern over time, and really be able to navigate your life in a way where this structure is set up for you to really thrive, and to really hear your soul's whispers coming through. So let's go over this one more time just to kind of recap. Okay, we're currently in the season of you connecting to your soul, and to your soul's highest vibration and frequency. You're moving away from the shifts and these cracks that were not you. You're moving towards finding your particular voice, your particular frequency. You're currently in this season of life to learn or experience the sacredness of life, the sacredness of your soul, and to purely and strongly connect with your soul's purpose and path. It's important to embody the empty room as you are moving through this season of life, and to remain open to what your soul has to give you, to create the space for your soul to talk to you. By the way, what just came through with that is you may actually want to create like a meditative space or a window of time that you dedicate to your soul whisper. And that could be images you receive, things that you hear in your mind's ear, will say, knowings that just come across, things of that nature. Weirdly, you will experience the venom, right? When you know you're going down the right path. And why is that? It's because things are going to sting as you realize your own hypocrisies. You're going to notice or start seeing versions of people you don't like in yourself. But this fundamentally connects you with your soul, because it allows you to see that crack, right? It allows you to see the fault in that characteristic not being really aligned to who you are. If you resist this, you're going to feel a little bit lost. Okay, you're going to feel lost in the ocean, like you don't have a direction, or you can't find or navigate your way through. It's important right now to really look into the darkness, into areas where you are hypocritical, and bring light to those areas so you can evolve them. The mindset of there are commonalities between people, and there is a, hold on, that one's throwing me a little bit. What is this? The mindset that will support you with the shadow. I know what we talked about, but what is really clearly coming through? Oh, okay. The mindset is to really explore that commonality. And what I already talked about is seeing how a part of this person's shadow is actually a part of you too. Okay. That if you are resonating with somebody's projection, that inherently there is something in you that feels that energy. Okay. And then finally, when you're on the right track, or really it's more of when you realize you're into the next season of your soul's path, you're going to feel that father energy. You're going to have a very sovereign, disciplined energy around yourself, who you are, boundaries that you put up, structures you put in place, mental structures, physical structures, spiritual structures, to keep your soul oriented in this highest light, highest frequency. If this whisper supported you, bringing you clarity, a breakthrough, a deep confirmation, or a sense and direction, and you feel pulled to reciprocate, you will find my Venmo and PayPal in the description. If you would like to support this space in a free way, liking, sharing, and subscribing to the channel helps these messages reach the souls who need them. Until the next whisper, my friends.